something to talk about when he's up. Oh, tell me something about
Okay.
yourself. My name is COVID Rose. I was paid during the pandemic.
And most likely you'd have a namesake in your classroom.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Big chance, yeah.
Okay, there's a notif now. We're live.
Yep.
Okay.
Partner, it's Tuesday again.
Yes, partner, it's
Tuesday again.
Tuesday.
Nice to see you again every
Nice to see you
Tuesday.
too. The happy pill of
Oh,
Tuesdays. Yes.
okay. Totoo yun. No? It keeps us balance. But sabi mo nga sa kwentuhan natin kanina, sa medyo nakakalungkot lang yung narinig kong balita na medyo dumadami dyan sa Malaysia. No?
Yeah.
So, anong kwento? Anong kwento ba dyan? Para may
Nakwen yung thought na kasi na it was okay for a few months, single digit na down to na halos pawala na. They had elections in Sabah a month ago. So then a lot of people thought na okay, after that I fly there and then I fly back to all parts of KL. So nang hindi nagte-test. So
all
from
right. So,
there,
no
and I mean,
testing.
yes, no testing, super spreader, tapos kasi medyo back to normal na kami talaga technically eh. So parang everybody kind of forgot to fear the virus. But the virus is still there. So ngayon, medyo nasa 691 siya, which is very alarming.
Alarming na for you kasi you were
Yes.
already in double digits lang, di ba?
Oo. Nag-single na actually, talagang on the way out. And then you're like,
So just a good reminder to us Filipinos also, no, the upcoming holidays, no.
yes.
There can be one single event that can trigger,
Yes.
di ba?
Yes.
And we pray that it doesn't happen in the US sa elections nila because
True.
elections naman in the US is decentralized to come to think of it, it's not like here in the Philippines where people really flock to the precinct.
Yep. Mm-mm.
So I mean, we always pray for you there in KL.
Thank you.
So, but the end time, no? The early birds, of course, Danny Boy Jimenez Jr. Magandang gabi po. Mizinia Marvibe. Magandang gabi po sa inyo. Good evening. Jazz Pestaño Distrito, of course.
Yes.
Best friend. Magandang gabi sa iyo. Richard Licup and Mr. Jordan Bernardo. Si Chef Jordan Bernardo of Mad Cafe, regular talaga yan natin.
Yes, very regular. Yep.
Regards sa lahat ng taga Mad Cafe. Of course, si Benj Santioque. Nagbi-business na rin to. Wings up. No, God bless. Mitch Viadoy, Elmer Rosario, Mami Sin Pineda. Salamat po sa suporta, Mami. Yan, ang aking anak na makulit. Ayan, nakita mo dyan, no? Si Yam.
Yes.
At ang aking apo.
Very
Hi, Lolo.
supportive.
Ann Silvestre, good evening din po. Si Christian Manuel, no? Ayan po. Despite the difficulties of internet signal and internet connection, we appreciate it, brother. Always here with us. Marinor de Guzman, Judith Palomar, Luis Ignacio Ramirez. Sir, magandang gabi po. Franchise namin sa Kalambayan. No? Pasel Noriega and Judith Acaborario. Yan, madami, no? And watching from KSA, of course, our good friend also, Efraim Cordova, always watching from KSA. Sir Jet Nava, ito mo, nasa tech rin to nasa tech sector din to, si Mr. Jet. Magandang gabi sa iyo, brother. So as I'm very excited about tonight. It's already 8:32, so we should get going.
Yeah.
It's another jump up. But I'm excited to hear your recap
Yes.
of the last episode. No?
Yes, the recap of the last episode is how bright the future of the restaurant industry is.
Yes.
Yes,
galing.
and the discourse is in another level.
Pumatak yung luha ko
Oo.
Truly, dahil natuwa ako dahil at certain points in their career, yung tatlong bisita natin doon, nakatrabaho ko sila. So I worked with them and just to see them, no, aside from realizing how old I am now, I'm really happy
the wisdom you've given.
The wisdom, wow, ibang klase, no, the intellectual discourse. And one of the stereotypes kasi, especially early in the 80s, no, panahon ko 80s, 90s, no, there was a stereotype na pag nagtrabaho ka sa restaurant, you're not that smart. No? So yun po yung episode na nag-break ng mga stereotypes about people who work in the restaurant industry. ang gagaling ng mga bata, no? Sobrang gagaling po. And of course, nadagdag pa yung ating good friend and regular dito sa ating show, si Mr. Irk Acapulco, who's also gonna be joining us tonight later on, no? Sa ating segment. So, ano ang iyong recap? No?
Yes.
I'm interested to hear.
Hindi, nakakatuwa rin tong recap na to. Especially, I'm very happy din Irk is with us for this episode. Kasi, kambal yung episode last time at saka yung ngayon, kumbaga, yung in terms of connection. First things first, yung ang gandang message from last week was yung upsides from the pandemic. So we saw the positives behind it, especially on showing the value of your team, of your people. And very connected to your resto quote yesterday, I think you posted with the attitude of gratitude.
Yes. The attitude of gratitude.
Yes, the Bayanihan spirit, providing comfort, convenience, and unwavering service. Yun.
Yes, you can definitely say that during the pandemic, the restaurant industry, and like any other business, no, it became even more clearer. More na clearer pa, no? So sobrang clear na noon, no? It's the clearest it's ever been. That it's about the people. No? It's people who were resilient, determined, passionate. No? Lahat na ng adjectives and superlatives pwede mong gamitin. Nagkakilala talaga. In Tagalog, no, nagkakilala tayo ngayong pandemya. Because we got to know each other, our values, our character, lumabas. No? And it manifested sa ating mga efforts and mga achievements and accomplishments. And one of those things that we wanted to highlight, and we always highlight in the past 22 episodes ng ating show, is the attitude of gratitude. It's always being thankful for, the challenges that this pandemic brought about, but more importantly, the solutions, the innovations, the creativity, the resourcefulness, and all the positive things that came out of the pandemic. I was talking to my pastor brother earlier, no? Literally pastor siya and brother talaga siya, literally. No? So I was talking to him. It's a ritual for me that, before an episode, I always talk to him for guidance also since he's a pastor. And we're talking about the yung how people view, no? A lot of people would say 2020, no, sayang lang, no? It's 2020 is a bad year, no? I mean, it's how you look at it. The perspective would be, if you ask me, it's a year that really made me better as a person, as a professional, no, and spiritually, mentally, physically, a lot of enlightenment came out, and and again, no, as mentioned earlier, and I would repeat it again. Last episode was a one that I really had to be at the end of it. I was really thankful because these are young people who will continue on and push the restaurant industry to the next level.
That's very true. Actually, if there are 2 episodes na kung gusto mo talagang maantig ang puso at ang isipan ay episode 19 with our frontliners and then last episode natin. So you'd really know
yung mga real people, the people who are operating the restaurants were behind the restaurants, no? The expansion, no, yung 19 was operators, no.
Yes.
Ito naman yung mga nag-expand.
Yeah.
Business development.
Very good. And then the second point is working towards a better normal. So talagang connected kasi our next episode is about the better normal. Better normal meaning it requires agility, creativity, and data-driven decisions, as well as identifying opportunities, as well as yung you mentioned about expansion, yung maximizing current real estate and exploring previously unavailable spaces.
Yes, seeing the opportunity, sabi nga, di ba, si RJ was our guest also, he was mentioning Wei-Chin, di ba? Wei-Chin, meaning seeing the opportunities during a crisis, no? Yung parang when there's blood, invest, parang ganun, no? But more importantly, it was a great reminder kasi that was one of the, I think last episode was the first time that we showed the results of the first survey, no?
Yes.
From Tanghire. So that was very well timed because ang relevance nun is that we're saying also, okay, there's opportunity, but you have to exercise due diligence in making sure that you evaluate, analyze, and data-driven decisions. Sabi nga nila Irk, no? Data-driven decision making. Very important because, there's opportunity, but you also have to learn. One thing that you also needed, one thing that you should have learned during the pandemic is the value of all the resources. So dapat it should give you that mindfulness and that diligence to make sure that your investment or the opportunities that you seize will really be good investments.
Yes, true. And it really showed how important it is to listen to the customer. Kasi at the
Yes.
end of the day, that's the root cause. Pag hindi natin in-address yun, we'll always just go back to the same problem.
Listen. Yan. Mamaya.
Listen.
Pag-usapan pa
Yes,
natin yan.
exactly. And then the last one is about having the business model of being viable, feasible, and responsible.
Yun. Yun ang magandang summary for all the business people, resto negosyantes who are listening us, whether you're a startup, you're an existing business, your business is being challenged right now, di ba? Yung pagbabalik dun sa fundamentals of analyzing and assessing your business model. Is your business model, sabi nga, viable, feasible, at saka ano nga, isa, share, nakalimutan ko eh.
Responsible.
Magaling ka mag-responsible. Oo, yung huli, no, importante po yun. Because if you remember, we posted one quote in our Resto Coach page as well as shared it in one of our episodes, di ba? Yung disruption. Kailangan yung even when you intend to disrupt, it needs to be responsible and you should be accountable. Because it's the whole industry, no? You should pay respect to the whole industry that you're entering into. Di ba? Na hindi lang inyo, even if you enter the industry, you should leave it better. Di ba? Sabi nga, you're adding value to the industry. You're not just disrupting it for the sake of disruption. So, sinasabi natin dito, magkakadugtong yung recap niya, 1, 2, and 3, napakalino po. Sa pangatlo is, yun na, no? When you make that investment, you have to analyze the business model that you're trying to expand. Because if it is the wrong business model and you expand it, di ba? So, ang daming, minultiply mo yung mistake. So, you have to make sure and be responsible enough. Lalo po yung mga nagpa-franchise na gaya po namin, we have to make sure that we don't practice on franchisees. No, we do it ourselves first, we test it thoroughly, and saka natin i-share sa iba. Galing ng episode ha. Ang galing na, good job ka sa pagre-recap ha. I'll give you 5 stars.
Thank you. Mahirap yun, Coach. Actually, pang ilang pages yung episode last time.
Ako din. Ako talaga, ang dami ko sulat sa notebook ko ha. I mean, young people full of wisdom. We're so blessed, no, na naging guest natin sila. And tonight, nako,
Yes.
excited na naman ako.
Speaking of wisdom
Sige
pa
na,
din.
ikaw na. Take it away na, partner.
Ayan.
No? Ikaw na mag-drive.
Yun. Speaking of wisdom, kasi yung connected pa rin tayo dun sa part ng listening to the customer. Babalik tayo uli dun sa rason. So, with us again is our very helpful partner from Tangere for Tangere Quick Serve Research na mainit-init pa. You'll see the results. Take it away, Ert. Yes.
Right. Good evening, and thank you, coaches. Of course, the people, Michelle. And wow, tumaba yung puso ko doon, and I'm really honored to be part of that episode. Even I was listening to the 3 guests. Ako din, ang daming nakasulat sa note ko hanggang ngayon, sir. Anyway, so just to recap, the QSR results or the quick survey results of Tanghera from last week, it's basically the dining experience, which is, a challenging thing to manage right now. So quick recap. So first question we asked is, when was the last time that they have dined? This is from the users of Tangera. There's 300 plus thousand users across the country, and we had 6,000 respondents for this survey. And almost half said that in the last 3 months lang sila nag-dine. In fact, only 12% or 1 of 8 dined 1 week or so ago. Now, second question, what's their general experience in that dining experience? And unfortunately, it's really more than half. It's a majority. It's very negative or negative. In fact, neutral is even bigger than the positive. And what really brought about that negative experience are these factors. Top reason really is safety more than anything. Of course, nandun yung fear of getting the virus, yung loneliness when you eat, no? Hindi na ganun ka sarap nga yung experience ngayon of breaking bread and dining out. But safety, even the fear of the virus factor, are 2 things that go hand in hand. And more than 80% of our respondents said the unpleasant experience comes from that. So, yun din yung reason kung ba't hindi sila bumabalik to dine in restaurants. And last question was, what steps should a restaurant do to encourage the dine-in? Of course, safety protocols and to give your diners that feeling of safety, no? And by the way, so of course, we are kumbaga dikit ng aming bituka with the Resto Coach team to help you become data-driven decision makers. And we're happy to say that next week we will actually be within the week we'll be deploying another survey. related naman dun sa food delivery side of things, no? So the set of questions we'll be asking, hopefully we get even more respondents, no? That we can highlight the results of on next week's episode. When was the last time that they had ordered food delivery, and during these challenging times, how would they generally describe their delivery experience? No, and what are the main concerns in ordering food delivery, and what steps should establishments take, or the F&B industry take, to encourage people to order more often sa delivery service?
Sa
So
mga nakikinig po sa atin ngayon at nanonood, no, these questions are very, very, very enlightening and important and insightful, no, pag nasagot na po. So of course, Tangere will do their best to have as many respondents, and you can help, no? You can help by sharing this information that anyone can participate. Anyone can participate in the surveys, no? Napakahalaga po. As consumers, that we help other business people by letting our voices be heard. Napakahalaga po sa aming mga negosyante yan, sa ating mga resto negosyante, na marinig natin yung boses ng customers. So please direct them. Paano ba ang easy steps to download the app and participate in the surveys?
right. Thank you for the opportunity to promote. No, so to be part of that growing 350 plus thousand community of katangheres, as we call them, mga kapatiran natin sa Tangheran, and they're all spread in Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, across all walks of life, across all ages, well except minors, no. Well, we have student segment, pero medyo mga mas yung mga medyo mas capable na mag-discern. Now, just download it either through Android, iOS, or even in the Huawei app gallery, we're available. And when you download it, you'll be asked to provide your basic demographic information. Don't worry, we're not going to provide or sell your information. And from that point on, you'll be receiving weekly surveys that napasok yung demographic mo or yung profile mo. And don't worry, you won't be forced to answer all of the surveys, only the ones you're interested in. But your insights would be greatly appreciated. And by the way, we do give prizes, e-raffle drawn, and DTI accredited for lucky participants. So who knows?
Diba? May incentives na siya, share. And then also, ako paborito ko dito, no? Again, no, I don't want to be misinterpreted, but I like the platform of discourse. Kasi itong diskurso na to, it benefits people. Now, instead po tayo na, I'm not saying that you do not comment on ordinary Facebook posts, no? Sinasabi ko lang, spend time to participate, get involved, no? Ito po nakatutulong po ito sa economy natin, nakatutulong sa mga negosyante, sa mga kapareho nating customers, no? Kaysa ika nga marinig tayo, no? Let our voices be heard in the formal venue. Ika nga, that will be counted. Yung mga sinasabi po natin will really be counted and will be part of a data-driven decision making that business people will be making. Diba?
Action-oriented insights. Yeah, action-oriented.
Magda-download ka lang
days na ng gut feel, sir. Kasi sa panahon ngayon, hindi na pwedeng gut feel lang ang mag-rely sa gut feel when we make decisions in our businesses. Especially now, more than ever, we have to be data-driven.
Yeah, I was very hyper-competitive. So go ahead.
I was actually very much hoping na kayo yung naggawa ng survey for approval ratings para mas
We do have those as well. And we can share them with you as well, by the way.
Yes.
Meron din tayo niyan. Pero mahabang usapan yan. Mahabang ibang usapan.
Okay.
Bago tayo magpatuloy, no, at i-introduce na natin ating mga bisita, siyempre, bigyan niyo lang ako ng pagkakataong i-promote ang aking virtual background. No? This is actually Buffalo Swings and Things Market. Opening soon po sa mga taga-Tagig. No? So, ayan po. No, kaya hindi ko po ito tinatanggal as my virtual background until the store opens.
Nice.
So naman opening namin is in Zamboanga, our second store in Zamboanga in SM Minpro. Wow. And then yung mga upcoming namin delivery and carry out stores. So tuloy po tayo sa pag-expand.
Yes. And before we move on, I like yung mga trip for your taste buds.
Oh, flavors of the world. Meron kaming Korean flavor, Italian flavor, and yung American. Bacon and cheddar, truffle parmesan, at saka yung ano yan sa'yo, nyang-nyom. Nyang-nyom. Mapapagalitan ako ng marketing namin, hindi ko pa alam.
Because you're not traveling, let your taste buds travel.
Yes,
Global way
let,
things.
let your tongue do your traveling for you. Okay,
Yes.
sige.
Okay,
Without
moving
further
forward.
ado, o kayo na ni kayo na ni Eric ang magpapakilala. Tutulungan tayo ni Eric kasi first time din natin ma-meet yung ating mga guests.
Yes. And yung tuhog natin with our episode now would be like the better normal, where it's digital innovations for customer safety, because we've identified the why, customer safety. And as very relevant to our previous episodes, we just don't provide problems, we provide solutions. Correct? So this one is a great solution, which is called Cloudbox Smart Systems. And very, very luckily, we have Miss Emeline Season, the CEO, and Mr. Erling Hesselberg, the co-founder, and attorney LJ Villamor.
So yes, so we're very glad to have our partners ang Tangere and ang Cloudbox in building a better normal. So as coming from the survey results no from last week. So obviously yung revenue sa dine-in very important 'yon. And ang lungkot ng restaurants kahit ako nung pumunta ako, and it's a challenge to get into a restaurant nowadays. And that's the thing. Miss Emily and I worked before, and we were chatting, and she was inspired, no, to actually create a system to help create a better normal. Naisip namin, oh nga, mga IT tayo, why can't we digitize these things? Why can't we make this safe and better for everyone? Pwede naman eh. We just have to put one and one together, and make sense of things. So without further ado, let's have the Cloudbox team present their innovation. So Sir Erling, maybe you can start by introducing what is it that Cloudbox actually does?
Yeah. Thank you, and thank you for inviting us. Yes, Cloudbox systems, as you said, came out of a very good idea, which we'll come back to. Innovative solutions developed and maintained by Filipino talents. And backed by world-class expertise. So we are a global company, but headquartered out of Philippines in Manila, where we also have all the technical development is conducted locally. And our vision now moving forward is to support our clients with technical solutions and processes to maintain and optimize a safe and efficient workplace with the ultimate goal of reducing risk for employees, but also for visitors, while reducing costs and comply with the ever-changing government regulations. So with a full end-to-end solutions for our client to help getting into the better normal and getting that into effect.
Right. So I really like the idea, and I'm sure Sir Rommel and Michelle that you'll agree, that the talent that was tapped to develop the solution is within the Philippines, diba? We have the capability, and this is as Erling just mentioned, it's a world-class solution that is developed and maintained by Filipinos. Sa akin nakakatuwa yun, no? Despite the pandemia, may lumalabas nga na opportunities, and we just have to be creative. Nandito yung opportunities, nandito yung talent. We just have to put them together. And it's interesting actually how they came about with the idea of building the solution. In fact, Ms. Ems, could you please share your anecdote of what was your inspiration on putting this solution together that you were about to present?
Okay, so I hope my internet connection is clear and you can just let me know if you cannot hear me clearly. So at the beginning of this year, I hope like everybody is aware regarding the JMC or the JMC of the DTI and DOLE, what are the health protocols that we have to follow during pandemic. So there was this one time, so I was processing some government papers. So while waiting, so syempre it was lunch, nagutom ako, I went to a restaurant. So before I'm able to go to the restaurant or enter the restaurant, kailangan ko mag-fill up ng health declaration. I have to provide my contact information, and then they have to get my body temperature. And before that, you have to wait in the long queue. And then while I was doing it, so syempre, you're sharing pen, you're sharing paper, which is not very hygienic. It can help in spreading the virus itself. And at the same time, I asked like, ano bang ginagawa niyo sa mga papers na to? Where do you even, submit
Yung
it? Like,
parang
how do
raffle
you
draw
handle it?
stub, right?
Yeah. So how do you handle it? Like, so I was actually thinking like, kapag binigay ko sa inyo ang personal information ko, which is very important to me because it has confidential, my contact number, my email address. So if one of the persons who visited your restaurant today, how do you contact me? Are you gonna tell me that this one of the person between 2 to 3 p.m. na pumunta ka is positive? So isa-isahin mo ba yung paper na to and then text mo ako, kukontakin mo ako? So I had a lot of questions. Like, how do you actually do it? So I asked one of my friends, somebody said na, oh, we submitted to DOH after a month. Someone said na naman sa DTI. Someone said sa DOLE or DOH. So I really don't know. But what came in my mind is, if this is the new normal, we can make it better. And this is digital time in this world where, since I have been working in IT, so why not use our technology, our talents, to help provide a better normal? Like going to restaurants. And what's worse happened on that day is, I forgot something. Kasi, I'm a woman. Sometimes I always forget my umbrella or my folders, So
Ako din,
afternoon,
I always forget things.
yeah. So afternoon, when I left the restaurant,
Edad tayong dalawa sa Rommel.
yeah,
Pati
nakalimutan
ako.
ko. I was asked by the guard na, sabi niya, ma'am, you have to do it again. Why? My name is the same. My age is the same. Lumabas lang po ako. Why do I have to do it? But of course, we cannot argue with them. They're just following, their job. That this is we appreciate what's the government doing right now for us to follow, no? To make sure our health, our security when it comes to health. But sometimes it's really hassle. Like, imbis na pupunta ka, wag na lang. Example, I want to go there to buy dessert or I want to go there for buy something. So ang tagal. And sometimes even the riders, no, parang we ask them, kuya, ba't ang tagal mo? Ma'am, mahaba yung pila. We have to fill up the form. We have to do this, to do that. So our main concern is, how do we make it faster, simpler, and better? So that's what our solution providing, both for your employees and for your visitors.
Mhm. And Ms. Ems, of course, as you mentioned, that sharing of pen, no, even if they say na sinasanitize yung pen, yung iba naman yung mechanism nila, yung logbook, the fact that you're sharing that logbook, you can never be too praning nowadays. No, for your family's sake, for your community's sake, better be careful, extra careful. So you don't know yung transmission, yung points of transmission, meron pa rin. Na-defeat yung purpose ng paglalagay ng mga process na to, na it's actually an avenue for further transmission. So what did you come up with, Ms. Ems?
Yeah, so isa pa sa mga naging problem ko is that whenever, it's not lahat naman, no? Minsan kinukuha nila yung body temperature mo, hindi man nila tinitingnan, may lagnat ba talaga ako or hindi. So meron akong isang friend na lagi kong kasama, ang naging temperature niya 31. So sinabi niya 31, para dun sa isang tao to write in the logbook. So,
Hypothermia yun.
31.
Galing ref.
sabi niya, patay na ba ako? Bakit 31? So, walang checking na parang a normal live person, hindi ka pwedeng mag-30 and 31. Di ba? So, parang
Lalo na kung Celsius.
Di ba?
it's Celsius po. So, parang 31 siya. So, parang wala ba tayong technology or system na papasok ako, pag nalaman na pag may lagnat ako, hindi bubukas yung pinto, at kapag wala akong lagnat, bubukas na lang siya, and then automatic, nasa system ko. Nasa portal na siya, I can generate a report. So, kailangan paperless tayo. Hindi ko na kailangan i-print, i-cut, ilagay sa table, and then every day, kukuha ko ng temperature mo, and then iipunin ko yun. Pag may nag-positive, lagot na, sige, hanapin natin. Manually natin hanapin. So that's what we want to eliminate.
Okay.
Sige.
So basically, when you say it's paperless na rin, Miss Ems, so yung pati contact tracing becomes an automated process.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Because you are able to identify through a system, kasi ito imbis na hanapin mo isa-isa, isa-search mo na lang. So kasi malalaman natin kung ano yung timestamp, ano yung contact information, ano yung number and email, and we can email them na, okay, at this specific time, we have a positive in our area, which you have, based on our record, you visited our restaurants or our store, please isolate yourself, or please take precautions, something like that. So since I'm given a chance to share to you our system, so just give me 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds to just prepare.
Yes.
Sige, go ahead. Maybe some of the si Miss LJ or si Mr. Erling can talk about some of the things that Miss M already mentioned. Did you want to add to that while we're waiting for Miss M to set it up? Did you want to add to the anecdote and the
inspiration,
the inspiration for the product?
Yeah, what we see now is a worldwide need for these type of solutions. So we see local regulations being changed all across Europe and also Asia Pacific and US. So having a digital system and a way of capturing those data is makes sense, and also it makes the whole tracing task for the government so much more efficient. And also, since it's a central solution, you could easily adapt to the changes without doing local reprogramming and so on and so forth. So I think what Emily now is going to view is show all of us. I think it's now ready, isn't it?
Yes.
Is part of the process. Good. Seeing is better than hearing, so I will go to mute.
All right.
Please slightly move backward. Normal temperature. Please adjust your position for temperature screening. Normal temperature. Successfully verified. Please measure your temperature. Please adjust your normal temperature. Normal temperature. Thank you.
Right. Erling, am I right? That's facial recognition that was used?
Yeah. So what Emily now used was different techniques. She used first of all temperature scanning from her forehead, so to capture the temperature, and also the system also identify if the individual is wearing a mask or not. So you could also grant or deny entry based upon if the person wears a mask or not. So that was part of the check. The other one was the identification part. So Emmeline used face for identification. You can choose that or not. She also put her palm in front of the screen, which use exactly the same techniques as facial recognition. So you can identify yourself presenting your palm like this in front of the camera. And the last identification method was a QR code generated by her cell phone.
All right. So there are several ways to be identified by the system, and so two things. If you're an employee, it identifies who you are, or does that also apply to visitors?
Yeah, for visitors, if it's suke, what they said, so you can register them.
Right. So basically, your suke of your branch just comes in and out, and no need to be all right. So it makes it easier nga naman on the experience. So you just come in, and if for example medyo mataas yung temperature ng person, how far should the person be from the system para ma-identify yung ano? Yung temperature.
Within 1 to 3 meters away.
Oh.
So as I've mentioned kanina, di ba? So if you can see, the first scenario that I showed, pinakita niyo doon that my health declaration or my health information is expired. It's part also of our feature is that, kasi according to the government or to the implementation of the DOH, kailangan every day yung health declaration mo is updated, right? So every day with our system, ang gagawin niya is there is an auto update where you just click one button that you just need to click, and then automatically it will be updated. You are forced to update your health declaration every day.
Using your mobile phone.
Yeah, to your mobile phone. You don't have to write, hindi mo na kailangan mag-fill up ng form again. So, if you can see, no, may mga form kasi na available naman ngayon, Sir Romel, sa mga restaurants. So, ginagawa natin, di ba, we scan their QR. Tapos, pagka-scan mo yung QR, lalabas yung health declaration. Pero every time na papasok at lalabas ako, kailangan kong gawin yun paulit-ulit, right? But with this, it's a one-time. You will just have to answer the health declaration at kung wala namang changes, the next day, hindi mo na kailangan ulitin. I-click mo na lang yung auto-update kasi walang change. So kanina pinakita ko sa first scenario, dahil hindi ako nag-update ngayon, I am not granted access. Kasi hindi updated. So I have to go to my account, to my Cloudbox system account, and then click auto update, and then I will be allowed. So sa second one naman, ginamit ko naman doon yung hand ko dahil hindi naka-register yung palm ko, nakita niya na I'm a visitor. So kailangan mo ngayon ibigay yung QR mo. So yung QR mo kasi, yun yung naglalaman ng lahat ng personal information mo. So wala nang
So pag
papel.
first time mo, Miss Ems, na papunta na sa restaurant branch na yon or sa
Yes.
restaurant chain na yon, magre-register ka using a
Yes.
QR, right?
Yes.
Okay, pero one time lang yon.
Yes, that's one time. So the businesses can choose na sa mga employees ninyo, we can do facial recognition. Sa mga visitors nyo and diners ninyo, isang QR na lang. So kung pumunta siya ngayon sa Buffalo Wings and Things, magre-register siya, makaka-QR siya, papasok siya. Pag bumalik siya next week, example, meron na naman siyang, na-miss na naman niya yung, nakikrave na naman siya doon in other restaurants, same QR, hindi na siya uulit. So yun at yun na lang. And with this, automatically, nasa portal nyo na siya. Makikita ninyo yung name, personal information, anong temperature, kung may symptoms pa siya, kung may dineclare ba siyang symptoms or wala. And then you can generate that on a daily basis. Automatically, it's real time. Yung personal information niya and kanyang contact, it's within your system. And at the end of the month, whether you submit it to DOH or to DOLE or DTI, kasi as per our, with the JMC of DOLE and DTI, every employer, they have to collect it on a daily basis, and you have to store it in a safely manner and dispose it after 30 days. So that is why we have Attorney Love in our team to help us make sure that the people who are actually giving their personal information, we take care of their data. So when it comes to our DPA,
Napakahalaga yun. That was what I was about to ask. Yes.
Making it faster is one part. But how do you protect the information of our clients? Yun yung number one concern ko before pag pumapasok ako sa mga restaurants. Diba? Parang bibili ako ng milk tea. Okay, I have to give you my number and my email address. Why? Diba? So how do we actually protect your data is what Attorney Love will explain.
Yun. Hi, good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. So how do we protect the data? So in Cloudbox, we respect the information of each user and diner as well as the restaurant itself. Kasi information of the restaurant as an admin, if you will register to us, you will have to divulge information to Cloudbox also. So from the moment that the information is collected, the system is already embedded with the DPA or the RA 10173, which is local in the Philippines. Since the developers are Filipinos and they are information security experts also. So these guys are informed and aware and are experts also of the international security standards, which is ISO 27001 or ISMS 2013 version. So it's already in the system. So the manner of collection, the usage, and the purpose of collecting is already there. When you log in, there's a prompt, a data privacy or a policy notice that will provide the user or the one who will register that the information is being collected by virtue of the JMC or by virtue of another rule or implementing rule that the government will provide. So it will be there. It will be updated every time a new issuance will be provided. So the user will be notified as, DPA provides for their rights that they should be notified of how and why their information
Data
is.
Privacy Act, DPA, no?
Yes,
So,
yes.
for example, may isang nag-positive doon na visitor sa store. Tapos na-identify yung hour, ano yung oras na dumating siya doon, no? So, in that case, maganda sana na, and but ano yung pwede mag-trigger para ma-pull out yung or ma-inform yung mga tao na naging close contact ng person na yon, without of course sacrificing yung privacy of everyone.
So one is the information will be analyzed or logged in a database, and a real-time information. There's a tally of people who have high fever or who have normal temperature. Automatically, there's a system. So if you're an admin, if I am a restaurant owner and I am registered to Cloudbox, there's a tally immediately. So people who logged in that will be notified. There's an automatic message that, hey, you've visited this one, somebody had positive, and an information or a text message or an email will be provided to that because you have your information already. It's in the database na, diba? So, yung individual who was positive will not be divulged. Pero the individual who was there at the very moment that he was also there when he checked in will be notified that somebody was there with you real time that is exhibiting symptoms of the virus. So you will have parang extra praning ka na. Praning ka na to begin with. You will be extra praning.
So before ka makapasok, dahil mataas ang temperature mo, hindi ka na nga makakapasok dahil makikita na yung temperature mo mataas di ba?
Yes. But we also respect the fact that people cannot be made part of a ridicule because you are positive. So we
Yes,
have
of
that.
course.
You saw naman the thermal scanning, no? There's an option that you can make the scan red or green, or you can have a sound. There's a minimal or an alarming sound, or it can be connected to your door if you have an automatic door. So if you scan and you are
Pwede.
yes, it's very high tech. And actually, I'm really amazed the fact that this is really possible as a lawyer who's very, caveman-like. It's very amazing that this can be modified in that way. So hindi napapahiya si COVID patient, which is also one of the
discreetly handled siya.
yeah, secretly handled siya, nasara siya. So you can actually say, the guard can actually say, ma'am, maybe you can rest for a while because you walk in a heat from your car to the mall.
So i-isolate siya properly.
Yes.
Okay.
And the people in the line will not queue because the guard will know na, oops, nag-sound siya. Oops, nag-red siya. Or the door did not open. Why? Because this person's temperature is higher than normal or it's a symptom or the health declaration that he provided online alone in the confines of his room provides that he's exhibiting headaches, he has sipon, ubo, or whatever. So when he QR codes or he scans his QR, makikita ng system, oh, this person is exhibiting symptoms. So close the door. It will not open to you. So people inside the restaurant, knowing that the system of the restaurant is Cloudbox, will rest assured and eat in the confines of the restaurant happily, that no one who will have symptoms can enter because it happens, or it will be alert immediately.
Not that you're discriminating, but you just feel more safe na parang okay, people are screened properly and discreetly in that sense. So so Boss Romel and Miss Cheryl, remember yung ano natin last week, yung survey. Kasi nga yung ang daming tanong about the current process na nakikita when you dine in, no. I think at least from my observation, sobrang bilis nga kanina. So what's happening? Yung pala tatlo lang na demo ni Miss Ems. Kasi ganun kabilis yung proseso. Instead na magsusulat ako nung parang raffle draw, sasali ako. Di ba? Yung, remember sa probinsya dati, Boss Romel, yung botohan, yung bibili ka, yung banig-banig. Di ba? Tapos titikitan, parang yung patisuking tindahan lalagay mo, tapos sa Dropbox. Parang ganun kasi. But now, that's eliminated, no? Do you have any comments or any questions about this being a restaurateur, Sir Romel?
Well, sa amin kasi, our contribution to the equation is that we're partnering with Cloudbox and initiating a test for one of our higher volume stores, no, and then we can eventually expand the testing so we can endorse to other restaurant owners also. No, I'm part of a restaurant owners group, and I'm also, of course, we're here in Resto Coach. Part of our accountability is to endorse the technologies the solutions that will work for fellow restaurant owners, that will help us all, not just number one. No? I mean, kasi in Buffalo Twigs and Things, there are 4 pillars. No? Ensuring the safety and health of our people meaning employees, even the suppliers, everyone who enters through the chain, no? Customers, of course, no? Everyone. No? Ensuring the safety and health. Number 2 is to your commitment to excellence. And I think this is part of it. You cannot say that you're committed to excellent service and hospitality if you're not taking care of safety and health first. So magkatali yun. And then number 3 is building sales. And I believe that the 2 prerequisites should be there before you can even attempt to build sales. Because it's irresponsible to build sales if you're not ensuring the safety and health of people and you're not committing to an excellent experience. Kasi sabi nga nila, the pandemic has become a great excuse for everyone, no? Hindi namin sinusupport yung statement na yun. Because in fact, you should have more commitment to excellence now than pre-COVID because of the value of each customer that enters the restaurant. And then lastly, of course, is profitability. Profitability for all the stakeholders, meaning the system should be efficient. Kasi, for example, kami sinasabi kanina, that, the thing that I like about this is that it was developed from a customer standpoint, using the experience of an IT person, but basically coming from a customer-centric standpoint, because it was an actual experience that you wanted to improve. No, yun ang maganda rito sa storya nito eh.
So Romel, if I may comment, no, sa tagal ko sa IT industry, that's the usual problem. Ako, sabi ko nga, siya, X number of decades, no, of experience in the IT industry. Hindi ko aminin kung ilan, but usual challenge kasi sa IT people, yung technology very technical. Hindi iniisip yung user experience, hindi nanggagaling sa point of view nung the other end. But this one, to Sir Romel's point, on point talaga, it's coming from a user's experience.
Yeah, especially a while ago, when Emlyn was recounting her irritation became the inspiration, right? It's
RJ.
Yeah, right. With how RJ identified it. Na ang ganda nung part na when she said that she was she's not happy about the solution that was provided. She did not just be like bitching about it, ganyan. She did something, and something simpler, better, for everybody else who can take advantage of it. So yun doon ako sobrang believe eh.
So yun sabi ko
Proud
nga
to
yung
Pinoy.
four pillars, no, sabi pa ni malaking bagay sa mga restaurant owners and also for customers yung binanggit ni attorney, no, na yung security ng data. Kasi yun ang sinishare mo rito, no, data can be mishandled. Alam natin yan, no, it can be sold, it can be violated, no, as simple as natin hindi na nga binenta eh. Yung tinawagan ka lang bigla tapos nagandahan sa'yo tapos nakyutan sa'yo tapos kinuha yung number mo. No, nangyayari yun and dapat hindi talaga mangyari yun, yung protection. So it's safety from all angles, no, even security side. But on the last pillar, yun lang yung siguro I think I seg to that aspect, no. Ang concern ng mga nakikinig ngayon, how much will it cost, no, for them to install the system? Kasi importanteng malaman natin ano yung investment.
Okay, so I'll answer that. So for that, we have a different, so we charge installation fee. So we have different packages kasi, depende anong package ang gusto mo. So as mentioned earlier, marami kasi tayong, ang implementation kasi ni Cloudbox, hindi lang naman kami ang nagsasabi how it should be done. So of course, we ask the requirements of the client. So let's say, for example, meron ka bang electronic barrier or electronic lock. So gusto mo ba ng thermal device or gusto mo ba ng QR scanner lang or gusto mo ba yung just to speed up the check-in process to your restaurant. So we have different packages and then depending on the needs, depending on your need, we will give you specific. But the good thing about us is, which I am proud of, is that we provide the devices, we lend it to them, so you don't have to invest one time big time. Kasi mangyayari kasi the devices itself is very expensive. But with us, you don't have to buy it. We can lend it to you and then we just charge monthly fee for that.
Maganda yan kasi from the perspective of the owners, hindi magandang mangyari na maging hindrance yung investment para sa kaligtasan. Lahat naman kami, we want, no, believe me, I'm part of a big group, one of the biggest group of restaurant owners, and lahat kami, ang intention namin is to provide a safe and secure environment for all the customers. Sometimes ang nagiging hindrance lang, no, yun nga, yung paano yung cost. Kasi lahat alam naman natin, no, restaurant owners are talagang in a situation that's very challenging right now, no. So we're just trying to sustain and survive and get through it. And again, a chicken and egg. So eto, at least meron siyang return no. Maganda yung return niya. So kami nga, sabi sa iyo, we're volunteering yung stores namin to test. Kasi the best way really is to test, no? And to make sure that, as we go along, we work together, we collaborate, and we improve day by day kung ano yung feedback ng customers, di ba? So we will test in one of our company-owned stores para makita natin. And you can encourage others, we will allow you to encourage other restaurant owners to visit as a demo, no? We will, of course, for them to see. Para makatulong tayo sa industriya, no? Hindi naman to yung tipong kami nakadiskubre, kami lang gagamit. Of course, the objective is to spread the information.
Sir Rommel, meron kami na pag-usapan kanina ni Miss Ems. Sabi nga niya, parang pang pag-game tayo, o sige, para yung yung mga mag-stay and mag-tune in sa episode na to until the very end. Meron siyang parang pa-premyo at the end. Na parang the third person to email her the answer to this question. Sang country based si Erling would have also a month's free para may isolation tapos tapos yung basta yung third na so yan so hindi niyo alam kung pang ilan kayong mag-email sa kanya. So kung may yun nga so if you'll indulge that, Sir Rommel.
Sure.
Magpapahirap ng 1 month si Miss Ems to try the system.
Yun, no. So mga fellow restaurant owners watching. And I think on a note that would be appreciated by our restaurant owners na nanonood. For your information, Ark, last time, the moment we finished our episode, ang daming nag-contact sa akin to ask for a copy of your survey. So
I'm more than happy to share that. Sir.
Maraming nakinabang doon, sinare ko sa mga fellow restaurant owners. So this time, ang isi-share po natin yung contact details ng Cloudbox.
Yes.
Of course, gaya nung sinishare natin yung in-endorse natin yung Tanghere. Because the Resto Coach and Coach and Share should be a platform for connections. no, yung connecting people so we can sabi natin competition, and more importantly, no, more important than competition is the real, collaboration, para lahat po tayo makatawid doon sa dinadaanan nating unos, no? Sabi nga natin, di ba? So ito po ay para sa industriya. One of the Miss M at attorney, ito pong show natin, Mr. Erling, this show is one of the first shows that is focused on restaurant owners and restaurant people. So, I mean, feel free to share your contact details, invite them to try your system. This will be a good platform for you to promote. No? So, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sir Romel. So, as Erk said, so whoever answered it correctly, where is Erling coming from originally? So, who got it correct, we will provide them a POC, or we will sponsor them
A
for
proof of
30
concept, yes, for 30 days.
1 month.
Yeah.
1
for
month.
1 month. So just email us at sales@cloudboxsystems.com.
Paulit naman, Miss M, para sa mga
sales@cloudboxsystems.com. So just sales and then the name of the company, cloudboxsystems.com.
All right. Yeah.
Okay,
Kung walang
so-
makatama sa'yo, kahit sa email ko, I'll forward it to you, Miss Ems.
And just to add value also, especially for the new restaurants or even those na talagang matagal na sa industry, the good thing is that you will have a demographics kasi with this. You will see ano yung peak hours mo because we show the data, di ba? So on a daily basis, yung foot traffic ng restaurant mo, especially for those beginners, mapapakita ng system. Ano yung peak hours mo, anong
May
usually...
analytics, no?
Yes.
Data-driven talaga.
Galing.
Not just for health or for security, but also it gives you different added value. So makikita mo ano yung mga usually gender na pumupunta sa'yo, ano yung
Ano
age.
in-order.
Yeah, so it can, Cloudbox system with our real-time analytic reports, you can have that additional value. And it comes free kasi nandun na sa portal mo.
Sige, we're excited. I'm so looking forward to our first day, no, sa launching nito sa Mega Mall branch, no. So
Yes.
So si Bianca was not able to join us for tonight, but I think she's working closely with you, and maraming salamat po for choosing Buffalo's Wings and Things, for guesting here in Coach and Share, and you're always welcome to go back para po mag-share ng inyong mga insights.
I have a question for Mr. Erling, like a very short question. Mr. Erling, what's it like working with Filipinos?
It's great. I've had the pleasure of working with Filipinos for a long time, especially technical colleagues. So we have teams in different parts of Philippines, mainly Manila, and so very hardworking, very skilled, very easy to have dialogue with. And it's all thumbs up. Also, when it comes to sales, and so we have very good experience in working together with our Filipino colleagues.
Thank you. We appreciate that. Yeah.
We should we should emphasize yung no, sa ating mga kapwa po Pilipino, no, we should emphasize the value of the commitment to excellence. Sabi niya, that commitment to hard work, passion. Lahat po ng ginagawa natin as Filipinos worldwide, no? Nagre-reflect po yan at nagpapasok po siya ng investment dito sa ating bansa, no? Ako po ay mukhang galing sa ibang bansa, pero hindi na po natin itatanong sa show na to. Dahil alam niyo po na taga Valenzuela lang ako lumaki at ngayon po taga Mandaluyong na po ako, no? Fake po itong mga mata. Parang mata ko parang parang mapaisip ka kung ano yan sa'yo o kaya Shesheni, no? So, konnichiwa, pwede. Pero ang totoo po niyan, laking Valenzuela po ako, no? Sa mga taga Valenzuela, magandang gabi po. At alam mo, may surprise ako next week. Nakaugnay dito sa ating pinag-usapan ngayong gabi. For the topic that we talked about tonight, and I'm praying that we will have our special guest next week. We're going to talk about a technological solution implemented by an LGU in the Philippines. And I'm so proud to, ayoko i-divulge, no? Pero mukhang may clue na kayo kung saan galing. No, yung tracing system nila that's being implemented citywide right now, and magandang pag-usapan yan next week. As patuloy po yung series natin, no, ng mga technological solutions and other solutions That would help. Kasi hindi naman tayo pwede matapos share dun sa pinresent ng tanghire at natatakot yung taong kumain. So, gagawa natin ng solusyon para makatulong tayo rin sa pagbibigay ng peace of mind and confidence. So, punta po tayo sa ating, unahin natin ang ating top 3 takeaways.
Yes.
Tapos, pupunta tayo dun sa ating resto quote. At syempre, bibigyan natin ng pagkakataon magpaalam yung ating mga bisita para sa wrap-up. Sige. Top 3 takeaways muna, partner.
Yes, top 3 takeaways. In terms of safety and confidence, I'm very happy na yung first learning natin is find confidence in the capability of world-class solutions that our Filipinos are capable of providing. We are very thankful for being backed up, by being backed up by worldwide expertise, but we are capable to optimize, to make everything safe and simple, and reduce risks. So let's be confident in that. And then the second part, yung super favorite ko when especially yung journey ni Emily is yung fine, we're okay with compliance, we could be very obedient, it's good, but to challenge the norm to make it better, di ba? Ano tayo better normal. It's exactly what she did. She identified the problem, her irritation, asked the right questions, and if you don't get the answers, be empowered to come up with the solution. That's exactly what she did. So it was very obvious on how the journey she took, she parang naging tool lang si technology, but it's really in improving the whole experience. And the last part is instill ko lang din yung terminology na humane technology. For the ones who have the pleasure to watch The Social Dilemma, I highly recommend it. Yung humane technology where there is respect in information. Ito yung very highly, na ngayon Parang ngayon, parang ang dali na, di ba? Bigay mo yung number mo, bigay mo yung name mo. But if you're given a service and it's for free, you are the product. So be very wary. Di ba po, attorney? So,
Yeah.
di ba? So, we are the product. So, in terms of this solution, it's safety and security, both physical and digital. So dun pa lang, protected tayo on both ends with the deep knowledge of local policies, processes, and needs. Ayun. Yan ang ating top 3 takeaways.
Partner, nagbago yung isip ko. I think I should give the floor now to our guests, our 3 guests, and they should say their thank yous and last messages para yung panghuli nating mensahe, ipapang-wrap up na natin yan. Sige.
Okay.
Ilan muna? Kayo po, Miss M. Ano pong gusto niyo pong sabihin at iparating sa ating mga tagapanood? Most of them are restaurant owners and business people, but a lot of them are also restaurant employees. Sige po.
Thank you, Sir Romel, for this opportunity. So my message for the restaurant owners, so don't hesitate to get in touch with us. So we will share our information in any way if we can help you, help everybody to make our diners, feel secure and confident again to come back into dining. So as a customer also, yes, I work in technology, but I'm also a diner myself and I love eating. I'm a woman. I have the right to love dining out and dining in. So I will be happy and excited to work with you. So we have a lot of packages and we have a lot of solutions that we can help you in your business. So this is the time where, regardless if you are small or enterprise, there's the answer of no or no answer is not applicable at this time. We can find ways to help each other to make sure that we can go through this pandemic.
Salamat po. Attorney, kayo naman po, attorney.
Hi, everyone. So, to the restaurant owners, whether you'd be owning a big chain of restaurants or you're a startup, Cloudbox can be here to help you and aid you in complying with the government requirements and issuances that will change from time to time. As you know, from March up to August, there were different versions and issuances. So the system is hybrid. The system can change with you and help with you. Your information is secure. These people are DPO certified. These people are internationally certified. The database, Miss M, can I divulge our database? So our database is proudly Microsoft Azure. As everyone knows, this is secure. This is international, meeting international standards. So you will not be afraid that your information is being mishandled. So, and hindi ko itataya yung lisensya ko with Cloudbox if I know that these people will use your information in an illegal manner because I worked hard for my title. So yes, these people will securely use your information to help you with the analytics and as well as with compliance. That's it.
Salamat, attorney. And of course, last but not the least, no, Mr. Erling, would you have a message for our viewers, for the Filipino friends that you have here? Don't divulge where you're from because that's part of the contest, please.
Oh, I won't say anything.
Okay.
No, but it is tough times for so many small businesses, small and large businesses, and it is hard when you have a pressured economy and you have a lot of salaries to pay and people that you are responsible of. So I think what's have been said here as well is very important. We need to look for new opportunities. We need to think differently. So I urge everyone to continue being creative to save your business. We have to think differently. We have to adapt to new needs for our client and be attractive among our clients. So, and it's a lot of new innovation going on. Businesses that are changing to doing more takeaway, doing having quiz evenings, and it's so much creativity going on. And I think if we, in that aspect, we will come out richer and with a better menu, I think, for our customers in the future. So the disruptive innovation that is going on now is a journey that we should stop up and think about and observe a little bit and learn from it. It's really really interesting. So stay safe, everyone. We will get to the other side, and things will be back to the better normal. So thank you again.
I won't even ask what time is it there because it will give them a clue. So, okay. So, with that, I'd like to thank our guest and of course, Mr. Erk, no, maraming salamat for connecting us with the Cloudbox people.
My
Alam mo,
pleasure.
itong show na to, we're humbled by the fact that when we started this, we didn't even know if we will have a single guest. So, but it has evolved into a show of a platform for connecting people and, it snowballs, no? So if you have people who you want to be, sa ating mga viewers po, no, I'd like to acknowledge people from abroad, also from Dubai, Miss Ruby, from Las Vegas, the Castro family, Tina, no, even if they're in the States, they're watching every week. Michael Irania, no, and a lot of people from the cruise ships, OFWs watching us from all over. From Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, as mentioned earlier, maraming salamat po. And tonight na witness po natin yung yung connection ng Pilipino sa mundo. No, yung ating kakayahan bilang Pilipino and how we're collaborating with world-class talent and worldwide companies to come up with solutions for our country. Ang Resto Coach po is all about empowerment, no? Empowerment ibig sabihin hindi po tayo dapat maging helpless. Nakaka-inspire po yung kwento ng ating kababayan ni si Miss Ems ngayong gabi, no? Napakagandang kwento na from being just irritated, hindi po siya nag-rant, hindi po siya nang-bash, hindi po siya nagreklamo, gumawa po siya ng solusyon. Please interpret that for Mr. Erling for me when you get the chance because it's better said in Filipino, my friends. No? So,
Don't get mad, don't get even with the solution. There.
Yeah. So, maraming salamat po sa ating mga bisita na patuloy. Lahat po tayo ay Resto Coaches. Hindi po ako ang the Resto Coach. No? Lahat po tayo na nag-guest dito. And I leave you with our weekly segment, yung pang-inspire po natin. No? Ito'y sariwang-sariwa. Pinost po natin to kaninang hapon. No? Iniwan ko po kayo ng dalawang katanungan sa ating buhay, no, bilang paggabay po sa atin sa pagtawid natin sa krisis na to. Dalawang katanungan. Ano po ba pinagdarasal nyo? What were you praying for then? No, specifically, ano pinagdarasal mo nung nagkaroon ng ECQ? Nung nalaman mo may COVID? And then now, realize that what are you grateful for now? Because kung tayo po ay hindi magiging grateful, kahit gaano karaming prayers po natin ang masagot, hindi rin po tayo magiging masaya. So with that, no, thank you very much. God bless us all. Stay safe. Stay healthy and stay optimistic. Mabuhay po.